back to the Combat and Strength podcast with Campbell, Wong, Long. And the thing is, we know what that sounds like through the mics and on the audio. It's all wrong, but we just have to have a little drum roll in there. Listen,
we like it.
Thanks for all the support. As usual, we're always going to thank you for the support. Go and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the latest podcast. This week we've got some exciting interviews on here. Man like Brad Pickett.
One punch.
This guy's still talking about knockouts. He loves a knockout.
Loves a knockout.
He loves a knockout. We've got big man one punch knockout coming on Brad Pickett. But before that, first of all, actually, I'm not going to tell you about what's coming next, innit? Because we're going to talk about a few things. But listen, what have you been up to?
This week?
Yeah.
Not much. I haven't had a really busy week.
Very good. What have you been up to?
Sorry, mate.
This week it's a lot of things up to, man. You know, it's all sort of things. But intriguing me. Sometimes I'm looking at a lot of time on the net. People talk about karate versus kung fu and stuff like that. And I see Joe here.
Jeez.
Joe's a big karate man.
Yeah, he's a big karate. What do you think, Joe, about karate versus kung fu and stuff like that? What do you think? I mean, I don't want to square you up today. Do some, beating up for that.
We do that another day.
I'm up for that.
I'm
up for that. Yeah, okay then. What do you think?
Hold on. That's on the record, you know.
It's on the record,
That's
baby.
on the record, you know. Right?
That's why you're in the middle. You're the judge.
I'll be the referee.
You're the referee. Okay.
You know what I mean? Maximus will put up some dough. We'll make it happen for charity.
It's for real.
What do I think? Karate v Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Many years ago, we promoted Karate v Freestyle.
Right.
15-man
What's
team.
that then? It's a kung fu. What's freestyle? Why are you bringing in the...
Right.
Anything
It was
go
called
properly?
freestyle because it was freestyle.
Is that what freestyles do it, or?
No, freestyle was based on Lao Gar Kung Fu.
Lao
Gar.
Gar.
Bring me in, school man.
Right.
Who's Lao guy? Is that a brother from up north?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Lao Gar. That's friend from up the north.
He's from up north.
Yeah, so...
Is he still alive?
It's Wing Chun's cousin.
Is he still alive? Wing Chun's a girl.
Yeah, it's his cousin.
Don't this Wing Chun. Because
Is he
Lao guy might come up and
Lao
change
Gar's
your
cousin.
Lao Gar.
Is he a person?
He's a person, yeah.
Is he still alive?
I'm not really sure.
Is he a man or a woman?
He's a man, yeah.
So
He's
even
a master Lao.
Wing Chun could get it on then.
They could probably.
So as I was saying before you interrupted,
Sorry, bro.
Mr. Campbell,
Just trying to learn.
freestyle
Yeah.
it's freestyle karate. They call it freestyle karate, but it's based on Lao Gar Kung Fu from back in the 70s, 80s, 70s from this country. So we done an event back in the early noughties at Crystal Palace, sold out Crystal Palace, karate v freestyle.
How did it go?
Well, 15.
One weren't there, you weren't there.
You weren't there.
I
Wong.
don't know.
You know about it,
No,
That's
I
how I
don't
know
know
a
about
promoter.
it. He just told me about it.
You know what I'm saying? As a promoter, you should have known about it, innit? I'm just saying, innit?
Brilliant.
Go on.
So no, we done the event. It was 15-man team. We copied the rugby union and rugby league scenario where they played a half each. And so we done 1 round karate rules
And
one round freestyle rules
Okay.
to see what it was the best. And it went down to the last fight.
Well, as in, there were 15 on each side,
Yes.
and it went right down to the wire.
30 bouts.
Wow.
Yeah. 30 bouts. 1 round. We flipped the coin for what rule set we'd fight in first.
Right.
We had 2 lots of officials. I think, did we go? Freestyle went first, and then karate went second, and it went down to the last fight, went down to the wire. And Crystal Palace, the roof come off.
Really?
It was, what an atmosphere that night was. You know?
That's two sets of raw enthusiasts under,
2 sets of
And fight fans.
traditional
Freestyle.
martial artists under one roof, which, as Wong knows, doesn't happen much.
No.
But
no.
on a street scenario, what do you think?
I think karate is very hard. If the land one, it can hurt. Okay. Kung fu, on the other hand, quite soft and flexible. Karate is like the iron bar, But depend what kind of karate. Depend what kind of karate. It's like the olden karate, like the Coctus Shinkai.
Shinkai,
Yeah, them kind one that hard and tough. Them people train properly, So depend on the person practice on it. But I think good practice in karate will got a very good job. But in other hand, good practice in kung fu got a better job as well. It depends on the practitioner. Yeah.
And their mentality.
Their mentality.
Right.
So if you're in the street, if the practitioner training for the street and use it in the kung fu, you see a lot of movie and kung fu and stuff like that. People doing karate, verting kung fu, and all this thing on the net. A lot of this kind of movement on it is not really represent or mean anything of anything. Do you get what I mean?
It's like a Hollywood version.
It's not a Hollywood version. It's just somebody say, "Oh, I karate will beat kung fu guy, or kung fu guy will beat karate guy." You know, and they're not really professional people. They're just amateur, but a monkey head and idiot. You know? Yeah, they're a fucking prick. In other words, yeah, they keep exciting. Not like in the profession like Joe know. Not like people already trained for years in the competition like fourth dan, fifth dan, black belt. They all got they're master. They're fighting. They're done. Yeah, because they know if I'm the master of Wing Chun or Kung Fu side and Joe is the master of karate, we have respect for each other and we understand about one hit of him will land, I might get fucked. And one of me might land on him, he might get fucked.
Who wins?
You can't say that.
I can.
You can't say that.
I can.
You really?
Well, I can't, but you can.
You can't say it. Depends on the matchup.
It's a matchup.
And it depends on the mentality.
Person.
You know, listen, I know plenty of people
Who wins?
what have done martial arts.
You stick to your one, you stick to your one.
I know plenty of people who have done martial arts and they're great at martial arts, but their mentality. We're talking about we're talking about a street fight.
That's it.
We're talking about a street fight, karate v kung fu. It depends on that individual's mentality.
That's right.
Because I know plenty of karate people who are great karateka, and if I got a problem on the street, I wouldn't want them with me.
They don't know how to use it. Because
So they're good in the dojo, but
They're good in
that's
the dojo,
right.
but they're not good on the street.
But say that for the kung fu
And vice
people, the
versa.
same. Yeah.
There's guys which are great on the street but couldn't walk into a dojo and do
Very true.
certain martial arts. It depends on the mentality.
And the same thing that when it to the people do kung fu. Yeah, very good at performing the movement. But in the street, who the fuck gonna perform this movement? I mean, they're gonna smack your face in, headbutt you and grab you and rip it off.
What's with the headbutting in Wing Chun?
But this is what happened in the street, isn't it? Nobody gonna come along and say, hold on, come on, and give your hand all this. It's not gonna happen.
What kind of martial art is that? That's headbutting people.
This is a street fight.
Okay, so it's not a martial art.
It's not even when you have problem in the street, they're not talking about martial art.
True.
They're gonna talk about, hello, Campbell, you're right. Headbutt you motherfucker one, didn't it?
Is that why you got no hair?
Probably better for me. Say, you, this is why I told me last time. Remember about people grabbing your hair? That's right. Exactly.
You see what I
Perfect.
Thank you.
Do you see what I mean? You learned that, so now you can protect your hair.
That got a few views, didn't it?
Yeah, that particular one got loads of people watching it and on it.
We're gonna do a lot more. So keep.
Yeah.
Keep
For the point of view onto the people watching about kung fu, verting, karate, as always, I say, depend on the practitioner. You know,
I agree.
Don't you
I
think
agree.
so?
Is it
High five on that one.
ultimately whoever's the most aggressive then?
Yes.
Most aggressive or most
And-
technical?
Yeah, more aggressive, more technical,
Who can read a fight?
and most street-oriented mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you
Dogged mindset.
exactly, yeah. Because if you think about it, if you're in a real fight and you try to do the movement like that, I'm not gonna stand there for you. I'm gonna smack you in the fucking face.
True.
So it's changed the situation right away.
So if we had a tournament now, there is no way of predicting who would win, correct?
Depend. If it's a tournament, then have rule.
Right.
So tournament's different to on the street.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
well, we're not gonna have karate versus kung fu on the street, are we? But we could do, but we won't be able to gauge it. But if we was to have like a tournament like what you had earlier in the noughties, but it was like 21.
Who won anyway?
When I was about
Well,
two stone ago.
Who won on
I'd
that
love to see you
competition?
geek from back then, mate.
Who won on that competition?
Who won?
Who won? Karate or karate won?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was only one fight, innit?
All right.
30
Which is
fights.
good.
You know?
Which is
So-
interesting.
What the crowd
So
was great.
karate
You know, it
people
wasn't
won
a
on a
lot.
competition.
On that one.
Yeah, on that
But
one.
that could have been another
Why
day.
did you do another one, Joe? What happened? Was it just a one-off, or was it?
Yeah, it was a one-off.
Or did MMA, actual mixed martial arts, spoil your little hybrid plan?
No. We would have done another one, but there was some politics with
The governing bodies.
not
Governing bodies.
with the lottery funding,
Ah,
because
right.
karate was lottery funded at that time,
Right.
and we would sort of give the nudge.
Yeah.
Don't do another one.
Oh,
It was a great event.
Yeah.
We loved it. It was a sellout.
Right.
But don't do another
Yeah.
one. All right.
Don't upset us.
Don't upset us.
Right.
We love you. Don't upset us.
It's fair play.
But it's okay. That's fair
It's
enough.
fine.
Who we got today anyway on the show?
Today, I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure, no.
But you told us earlier.
We've got Brad Pickett.
All right.
One punch.
Should we get one fight?
Brad, welcome to Combat and Strength podcast. It's a pleasure to have you on here, especially given the big occasion you've got coming up very, very soon. Tell me about your preparation though for this fight at UFC 204 in Manchester.
Well, originally I was supposed to be fighting on the Hamburg card on September 3rd when I came out to American Top Team. I was getting ready for that, and I picked up a little injury in my back. It kind of like didn't make it impossible for me to fight in Hamburg, but it kind of made it my training. Obviously, I had to take off my training for a little bit to see to my injury, and doing so, it kind of like put the clock on.
That's that ropey connection kicking in, isn't it?
Really wanted me to fight.
Right. Does the audio still come through? You're breaking up, Brad. Sorry. Just to... It's funny because we were talking nice and easy before it started, didn't it? And as soon as we started, the technical difficulty was kicking. So you were saying once you got that injury?
Yeah, so like I was out American Top Team getting ready for Hamburg, and I picked up an injury which kind of made fighting on Hamburg not impossible, but a lot more difficult to be ready in preparation. So I thought it'd be unfair on my opponent, myself, and the fans if I went in there not really 100%. Or don't get me wrong, you never go into a fight 100% if you train properly, that is. But also I did know that the UFC really wanted me to fight on the Manchester card, so it wasn't that far long after. It's 5 weeks difference, so I thought, I could stay out here and nurse my injury and then carry and get straight back into training, which I did. So that's what I've moved to onto Manchester card now, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm in great shape. I actually fly back to the UK tomorrow. I'll land there Saturday, 2 weeks before the fight, and 1 week of training Team Giant, and then I'll be going to Manchester.
How confident are you ahead of this fight, Brad?
When I first started off the Campbell, to be honest, I was supposed to be fighting a right-handed guy in Henry Brunes, and it changed, until Yuri Alcantara. With him, he's a very decorated, really good striker. I like the matchup with how aggressive he comes forward. But one thing I didn't like is that he's southpaw, and I've never, to be honest, in my whole career fought a southpaw guy. Apart from once in my career, I fought Vaughan Lee, and I actually didn't know he was southpaw until after the fight. So I never really had to face that problem, to be honest. And it was, I didn't realise how much of a difference it was fighting a southpaw. So in a way, I was glad that I could put the fight back a little bit, because it gave me a little bit more time to try and study the weighting of southpaw real, which I believe now I have. I'm feeling great. Done my last sparring while over here at American Top Team was today, and it was the best I've sparred the whole camp. So that's good to come back with that in my mind. And now I'm feeling great. Looking forward to getting in there and throwing bombs.
I know that you've mixed your training up over the years, as you probably would, just to stay fresh. Tell me what the ATT, American Top Team, has brought to your game since you've been immersed in all things over there.
Well, first of all, I've been going to American Top Team around 8-10 years sort of time. I've been going out a long time. I've been in the sport for donkey's years. I've been in the sport when it's growing, But I also knew early that I needed to progress in the sport. I needed to pick up my game with wrestling and all that sort of, because it was massive actually. Now, obviously, people get into the game now. We actually have quite good wrestling back in England. But back when I first started, no one even knew what wrestling was. I knew early on in my career that if I wanted to compete, not just in England, because I don't compete in England, but if I want to compete on the world stage, I need to go train with wrestlers, because in my eyes, that's one of the biggest, or it's not one of the, I think, the most important discipline to have within MMA. Because if you have the better wrestling, you control where the fight goes. You keep on your feet, you keep on your feet, you want to take it going down, take it going down. So I understood early on that wrestling was very important. So that's what went out there and made really good relationships out in American Top Team with Michael Brown, Ricardo Board, and everyone. And to me, I just love this place and I keep coming back out every time I have a big fight.
Mate, your last fight could have been your last fight. You know, you were quite vocal about the fact that if you lost, you wasn't going to continue in the game no more. You've just mentioned how long you've been doing it. I think when I was doing my research, 2004 was your first pro fight. That's 12 years in the game. It's a lot of punishment your body's taken. I wonder though, just going back to that last fight, what was running through your mind before they announced the decision? Because it was 1 on points, right?
Yeah, it was a close fight, and honestly, I didn't really know how close it was until I watched the fight back. It was a really, really close fight. But I think the reason I made it so close is because the pressure that I took on myself going into that fight. I was coming off 3 losses, and you know, so technically I hadn't won a fight in 2 years in a way because I had my son in between, so it took some time off and stuff like that. I had my sit down and flyweight, which didn't really work out for me because I was chasing after the guys. I lost my last fight at flyweight by split decision by Chicho English, which to be honest, I believe I won that fight. So I think you win some, you lose some. So I went back to the bantamweight, and my first fight back to bantamweight was against Thomas Almeida. And I was looking great in that fight. I was winning the fight, and then I got caught. Yeah, first time in my career, and yeah, so like, I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, shit, you know, like, you can lift me, and like, I can't, it's not about just getting in there and having a fight, I can get in there and fight with the best of them, you know what I mean? Like, getting in there, competing at that level, and winning at that level, not just getting in there to make us numbers. I'm too proud just to be in there and say being in there, you know? But then also the added question for me was, now I have a son as well, you know, so like, I need to provide for him, so like, for me, you also, I look at it, it's not just, it's a source of income for me, and you earn good money, not just the fight, you earn good money when you win, so, you know, a lot of that was playing on my mind when I was fighting, I need to win my son, I need to, you know, a bit cliche say, put food on the table, and, you know, secure future for my son, so, and that's also that's going to be my mind going into this fight. And I was going there, I want to go in there for a big fight, and I want to win because you win, you have double money, you know. So, not saying that money. I mean, throughout your career, you have different goals. You know, when I first started, obviously, competition kept me hungry. I wanted to prove myself and show that, you know, I can be in the big shows. Once you get to the big shows, you want to prove to everyone that belong in the big shows, did that. Then when you're in there, I want to be top 10 in the world, done that. Once we beat top 5, I reached that. And then when I was in top 5, then I'm like, okay, I'm in chance now to maybe get a title shot. So I had a few fights where in my eyes were title eliminating fights. I kind of just fell over and find the hurdle over time. That's why I went down to flyweight to try and get a fight with Patrice Johnson. Obviously because I would win over him, but that didn't work out for me. So now it's like, now what's driving me now is, yeah, it's like, I just want to be involved in good fights and enjoy my job. If I keep winning and something comes along, great. But at the end of the day, I want to go out there for a good fight for the fans and keep winning, you know.
When you've been involved in a fight game for as long as you have, like you said, you saw it evolving, growing, and you look at some of the paychecks that are flying about now, does that incentivize you? Because I'm wondering if to quit now when the sport's at its most potent, at its, you know, its strongest, will kind of do yourself a disservice. Does that motivate you in any way?
Yeah, obviously, I say that. Now I do think about money more than I ever have done. When I first started, I kind of in my head was like, what I need to do is keep winning, and money will come. If I'm successful, money comes with success. You know, I can't just get to the UFC and assume that I've made it now and earn loads of money. It's a performance-based job, so you need to go out there and perform and win. And the more you win, the more money you're going to get, the more famous you become, and basically, like, fame and money go hand in hand. So it is a bit now, you know, when you think about leaving my job now, it is tough where, you know, like, you do big paychecks out there to earn, you know, so. at the end of the day, I love fighting, but it's like, why would I want to give up my dream job when I'm potentially earning the most money I've ever earned in my life?
Yeah, makes sense.
At the end of the day, money is money and health is health. I have a son now, and also got to think about him. Not just obviously, it's double-edged sword because I'm thinking about him in a way of like I need to put my own table and provide for him. Then also I need to go and talk to my son. You know, I don't want to be like absolutely mad and captain potato because I've been taking too much damage. I want to be able to enjoy life with my son. You know, so it's one of those double-edged swords that I have at the moment I'm battling with. So like health-wise, I'm actually feeling quite good. I get a little bit injuries here and there, but that's just standard to do with the job. But it's one of those ones where if I don't feel like I can compete as well in the gym, and I'm not competing in my fighting, and I'm just getting hiding for no reason, then I've got to think, hey, look, I've got to do myself proud and maybe give up. But at the moment, I'm still doing well in the gym. And in the last fight, I won and winning. So, yeah, I just got to take each step at a time.
I don't think it's time yet, Brad, and I'm sure that the UK crowd are all be behind you at UFC 204. But it looks like you've got your ducks in a line outside of the cage as well. I know you've just started your own podcast, and obviously you've got Rise of the Champions, an MMA promotion, which is partly yours as well. Can you tell us how that come about?
Well, basically, yeah, a lot of people don't really sit down and explain it to you. Like, when you're an athlete, you put all your life and soul in, and like you said, you invest in yourself. All the time you spend in the gym is investing in yourself and your skill set. And you spend so much time in the gym training and stuff, and then you're fighting, and then it's the only career athletes, I say, it's the only sort of career where when you hit my age, when you're in your late 30s, your career comes to an end, where any other job, like doctors, lawyers, or whatever that, you're normally at the top of your career, and you're earning more money than ever, or you have your own business set up, or you were a plumber, and now you've got your own plumbing business, and stuff like that, or you're a specialist in your division because you've been working so long. So it's a bit weird being an athlete where, okay, now you're starting a career effectively, So like, obviously you can't stay within the game and coach and stuff like that as well, but you still got to do that, So not everyone becomes a coach. Not everyone enjoys teaching or coaching. Not everyone, to be honest, is a good coach. So like, it is a quite daunting thing for you, like shit. So obviously, I had to start thinking about the future and planting seeds. So things I can do is, and obviously I can't talk a lot of crap like I'm doing now. So the podcast, becomes self-explanatory. That's not a hard thing to do. Obviously, I started my bike show with Rise of Champions Rock, and that's really to do with when I first started biking. I didn't have any amateur bikes on straight pro. It wasn't really an amateur scene when I first started. I used sport, who was around, but now it's such a big sport now that it's actually a legitimate career path for people to take. When I was fighting, just for you know, a bit of money here and there, whatever, it wasn't really a legitimate career path where if you was a good athlete, you'd go and do football or you'd go and do something else, athletics, where now it's actually a legitimate career path. I'm a good athlete, I can go on and make money being a professional MMA fighter. So I think now is being in the game for so long, it's my duty to give back to the community and try and nurture these younger fighters through and to help them develop. And we're doing that is like having a good show. So like, not when I say a good show, a lot of people think, oh, you put loads of money down and show. No, lights, camera, action, all that stuff, that's just good as that. I mean, like, a good show is also runs backstage. I've been around for a long time. I've fought good shows before, shit shows I've fought. I've been to good shows, been to bad shows, And it's not always about how it looks in front of the camera, it's about how it's fun backstage. And
Correct.
With my experience and Mickey Pappas, who I've been with, who we've been again for a long time, I think we can do a really good job and look after the younger fighters and give them a really good platform to go on and grow. And it's not as if with my show I'm trying to compete with the big organisations. Not in my opinion, in wider experience. it's more a platform to help nurture young talent to feel like, get the feeling of a good show, how it's from backstage and stuff like that, to go on and fight and then go on to a big show. Yeah. That's what I like to do.
Are you using the whole, because you know, being frank, you're at the tail end of your career. Obviously, you nearly quit, and if it had gone against you in your last fight, you wouldn't be here now as a fighter. But do you see some kind of symbiotic relationship between what you're doing as a fighter in the cage, your podcast, your whole Rise of the Champions, and you're approaching the next phase of your career, so to speak? Would that be a good way to sum it up?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am coaching. I've learned this for a little bit. That's why I've been doing these things. Obviously, one of my natural progressions for going to coaching. I do coach a lot now. I have a lot of fighting at times who I look after and help from the camera. I feel a little bit bad because I'm still on the fight and I need to look after myself when I go out to American boxing to train. But also when I'm out here, I help the younger fighters here when I can. So I think coaching is a natural thing for me. I like to go on and pat myself on the back. I believe I'm a good seasoned coach where I've been in the game a long time. And mentally, I think I have a good mental side of the game which can help young athletes, you know. Because people don't really understand what don't really get it, where the physical part of it is one part, mental part is the next, you know. And I honestly think fighting is like 80% mental, 20% physical, you know. So if you don't have the right mindset and the right mentality, you're never going to achieve anything, you know. So I mean, I just try and be a good role model for these young fighters and stuff. And also, I've been in the UFC for a long time. I love the organisation, and you know, I need to maybe speak to a few of the right people and see if there's an angle for me there in some way, either being a pundit or working some way behind the scenes. I don't need to be in front of the camera. You know, I've been in front of the camera for a long time when I've been fighting, so I don't really care about that. It's more about, you know, helping, I think, put back what I've done, you know, with my experiences, help fighters and the sport continue to grow.
Who wins out of Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson in a word?
It's going to be a tricky one. Obviously, Dan Henderson won the first fight, and they've both gone completely different ways since that fight. But if he was a betting man, he would bet on Bisping, obviously, because I think Bisping, always bet on the guy who I think is going to win a 5-round fight. You know, if I think Bisping's going to beat Dan Henderson over 5 rounds, 100%. But then you have the factor that it's a crazy sport called MMA, and you have the factor that Dan Henderson has the H-bomb. Anyone's like, I would have lost my house that night when he fought Hector Lombard. There's no way in a million years I thought he would win, but he knocked out Hector Lombard, you know. So obviously, sensibly, I'd like to think that Michael Bisping should win this fight, because I think he's a better fighter over 5 rounds, but Dan Henderson has that, you know, knockout power, and this sport's very unforgiving. As you saw with Bisping versus Luke Rockhold, he made one little mistake and the performance over. So, yeah, it's a crazy sport. So, I'm going to say Bisping, but you always got to watch out for Dan Henderson.
Well, we'll be doing just that, Brad. Listen, I want to thank you for coming on the Strength from Combat and Strength podcast. Good luck in your next fight, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you afterwards as the winner, and looking forward to your own event on the 15th of October.
Much appreciated, guys.
All right, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Take care, Brad. Catch you in a week.
Love it.
Well, no, thanks to Brad. Really appreciate that. Let's move on to 5 fit tips.
5 fit tip. What we have 5 fit tip today?
Well, you're going to do it, aren't you?
You're doing them today.
I want to today?
Yeah.
Okay then. I do
Because
today.
the person we were supposed to call,
Yeah.
their phone's dead. I'm not going to mention who they are.
Okay, then their
But
phone is
when
dead.
we bring them on the next time,
Then.
We're going to get to them.
we'll expose them.
We're going to get to
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
You want to do it now? We'll do it
Yeah,
now.
just roll into the 5 fit
Okay,
tips,
Hold
man.
on. You're trying to do me job here. It's intro time. 5 fit tips as brought to you by Master Wong. I'm going to go 5. And you know You've been there before, innit? And then he's going to go in. All right? Now, Wongy, are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 5.
Fine. Then
No, Wong. Just tell him.
Okay then.
I done the 5. You just
The
tell
most
him.
important thing is drink plenty of water.
4.
Make sure you sleep well. If you don't sleep well, then you won't be able to get up and do any kind of training. So enough sleep, 8 hours probably is good. And then eat clean, and then you will be look quite mean. So when you train,
Eat clean, you look mean. 3.
Spend time training. When you start training, depends what you're looking for. So to spend time to do a little bit of cardio. You have fitness to get your heart pumping. Half an hour is good.
2.
So 2, when you do a lot of training already, you got to think about what sort of thing you want to training on. Have purpose of your training. So don't do any old thing because it's pointless. You not keep doing it because you get bored. So find something you interest and do it so you can able to carry on to get it fitter and better.
I like that one.
I get that. I do
I like
understand
That one. Number 1.
1, yeah.
Number 1 again is a basic one, isn't it? It's about the mindset. Everybody talk about all the 5 fit tip, what everyone talk about. They have one thing in common is the mindset. If you get your minds right, get your body right, and get everything right, then you'll be able to do right thing. So your mindset, think what you want to do, and you got to stick with it. Yeah, and you got to do it just like you. You don't stick with it. Look at you. So you got to stick with your basic stuff. Yeah. So that's a 5 fit tip.
Okay. Thanks for that, Wong. Really appreciate that. Well done, man.
That's quite easy, especially I do it 5 fit tips, especially for you.
Yeah, especially for me.
Especially for you, yeah.
It's
You
true.
drink plenty of water,
I do.
enough sleep.
Don't get enough sleep.
You don't get enough sleep, you see.
Yeah. This is true. He just knows me. He just exposes me.
You don't eat clean, eat
It don't,
bacon.
yeah, it don't be clean. So you don't look bloody mean, do you?
I run clean from bacon. I'm telling you that. I run clean from bacon.
So you got to do a little bit, get your heart pumping, half an hour normally.
You know what no one talks about with these 5 fit tips? And you mentioned sleep, but I want to know about recovery. So, this not do it this week because you're just giving them 5 and you don't want to overload them. But I really want to know about recovery. Actually, if you do train, how best to recover? Obviously, getting sleep is one of those things. But how else can you recover? I know a lot of athletes. A lot of my athlete friends take ice baths and stuff like that. Is that just for elite athletes? Or
Depends.
should everyone do that? Because I
Not
understand
everyone
it's
do that.
Why not?
Yeah, because it's not. I think an ice bath really is when you train very hard and your muscle tense.
Right.
You go to in ice bath so they can relax the muscle to get the called acid. What do you call them? Amino acids, get rid of them, that flood them up in your system.
Right.
That's why cold every time you see
Is
that.
it amino acids we're getting mixed up? Or is it
What do you call that?
lactic
acid, yes, and then you flood them out.
Lactic acid.
You don't want to get rid of amino acids.
Yes. That's what you say, you.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
That'd be a problem.
Yeah. Big
A
problem.
lot of athletes who I've worked with swear by an ice bath.
Yeah.
Swear by it.
That's and obviously,
Depending on how hard you work it.
When they're training hard.
Got to train very hard. Especially people doing a lot of rugby. They get injured as well. So it's good to have an ice bath to get.
What's
And also
doing
intake
that?
of food after training is important
Yeah,
as well.
true,
What you put in your
proteins and
system.
stuff.
Yeah.
What you put in your
So
system.
I guess
I think next time I'm going to get somebody in and talk about recovery.
And I've got just the man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the one with the phone off, is it?
No, but we'll expose him. Don't worry about it.
Good. It is a him then.
It's
Not that.
But you
Ladies don't
you wouldn't have given much exposure anyway, would you?
Well,
Because you like giving
I just
the
made it
females
5,
more
50.
exposure.
Got 60 seconds.
That's right. The phone is off. That's why he knows me. So we turn his damn
Not
phone
gonna get
off.
no love. Listen to the first 2 podcasts and listen to this one. Well, listen. Once again, thanks to Brad Pickett for the main interview. Good luck with the fight at UFC 204. Good luck to Michael Bisping as well. Good luck to everybody.
Good luck to Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
The best of luck to Michael.
Yeah,
Best of luck.
to him.
I hope he's
Good luck,
good
man.
now. I hope he.
Fly the flag, son, as they say.
He'll be doing it, and we'll see you in Manchester, UFC 5 fans. You there?